Gigs here once again on the MineSaga server, Western realm. Sitting here hanging out with a little money minion here. Money minion's a new one of my minions. This is the one I had sitting in my PV. Now I am today checking out the cell module, which is why we have money minion sitting here. So I have no idea how the cell module works. I don't know whether we're going to get this right first time or it's going to take a couple of goes. But let's see how we can get this done. So I have set up a couple of chests here with some iron in them. Doesn't really matter, I suppose, how much iron I have in them, just as long as there is stuff inside of them so we can tell if it is there or gone. Basically, I just emptied out my iron gens and put the stuff into here. So, and you see I've spread them out a little bit because I was kind of curious. Little money minion only sell the chest that's in the chunk she is in. Will she go into another chunk? And how far away will she go? Now, I'm not sure whether or not she will virtually sell these chests or whether or not she runs around and sells the chests. I don't know if I need to be next to her or whether or not she will do it if I'm all the way over there. I don't know. I don't know if I need to give her a cell wand. So I've got a cell wand here. I don't know. And do I need to link her to... So all the other minions we link to chests. Do I need to link her to a non-selly chest? I don't know. I don't know. So, but let's give this a go. We will only know by experimenting and checking it out. So, let's head on in here. And, oops, we probably need to... Dunk. So, cell is unlocked. So we'll pop into here and cell mode. So we'll put her on cell mode. Now I'm assuming her being on cell mode, she doesn't just automatically sell contents in chests because that would be dangerous. You could have her accidentally selling stuff you don't want her to sell. Okay, so see, she's not sold those, she's not moved, so let's have a looky. Now do I click to link chest? So let's click this and let's dunk. So we've linked her to a chest. She's selling those items. Are you going to sell those items? Are you going to make me some money? She doesn't seem... I mean, I can get that there might be a little bit of a cool off. I would think that that would be... So does this mean she will only do one chest? Kind of doesn't look like there's... So there's no additional settings there. So nothing extra there. Oops. No, we're still there. We're waiting on you. So maybe we do need to give her a cell wand? Let's see what happens if we give her a cell wand. Let's give you a cell wand. Donkey dunk. Oops. You can sell our stuff in our chest. So we definitely have her on cell mode. As you can see that that's slightly enchanted. We've given her a cell wand. We've got a chest linked. Obviously she's not going to get XP for you. So. Yes, no, maybe? I mean, is it a timing thing? Do we just sort of need to, oops, be patient? I'm not very patient. Sell my stuff. What's going on? Now, I'm assuming I can't link multiple chests. So if I go into her, I'm sure it will still only say that I've only got one chest linked. Yeah, so it's only one chest linked. So my idea of her being able to sell multiple chests is a no. Okay, let's go back into linking the chest and the chunk that she's in. So at least that eliminates a chunk issue. She's not selling. What if I upgrade her? Is it a timing thing? What happens when I upgrade her? Now level 2. Maybe that's the speed at which she sells. So maybe there is a cool off time in between selling. Let's upgrade her all the way. Oh, here we go. So you actually have to, now this is interesting. So you actually have to upgrade her. To get 3 chests, was that it? Sorry, what I was doing there, and you obviously can't see me doing this, is so you right click to upgrade her. So level 3 is the highest, I can't upgrade her. But when I left clicked on her, this is when I got these options. So let's clicky click here and punch the chest. And she sold it. So if I then do my other chest, in here, donkey-donk, and we'll link that one, sold. Okay, so, oops, hang on, let's head into here. She's not using the sell wand, so no sell wand needed, although I'm going to take that out and still see whether or not that is what's needed. So having the chest linked makes no difference. Did we get a did we get a, so we didn't get any message telling us that she was selling, which is probably a good thing, because otherwise you would end up getting spam messages every time she sold. So mode selection, left click, let's get this one here, let's head all the way over here and see whether or not, this far away, yes, okay, so that's good to know. So we know that she doesn't go running around doing it. Now one thing I would like to see is, the only way I can undo the upgrades is to pick her back up. So we're going to lose her pretty little suit colour and her name, but let's do it anyway. So we'll pick her on up. Let's plonk her on down. Oops, you're facing the wrong way. I can't handle that. There you go. Okay. So, and you'll see there that when you pick them up, all your upgrade costs are returned and refunded to you, and as you can see, I've got the sell module back, so we'll apply that back again. Now, so if I go into here and I put sell mode on, so that's a left click to activate it. If I left click it again, there we go. So we get a chest for each level that we level her up. So if I do that and I punch that, Now, what I haven't done this time is I haven't linked her to another chest. I've only linked her to this one here. So let's have a look. If I put things in here. Yes, she is selling. There we go. So you don't need to link her back to another chest. Oh, that's handy to know. Now, let me have a looky back into here. So to upgrade it to another chest is 10 million for that one. And then to upgrade her I'm in the right place. Then to upgrade her again is another 20 million. So that's 30 million to have her selling 3 chests worth. So that is essentially, left click, right click, left click. So right click to upgrade, left click to, so that's 30 million to have her selling chests, say in, what I'm trying to think about now is how worthwhile is it to have this sell module. So basically, because I can connect her to 3 chests and 3 different chunks, that essentially means that I could have her taking care of 3 chunks worth of things for me. So if I, for example, had my cactus farm here, and I have got 1 tier 3 hopper in here is more than enough to sell this. But T3 hoppers are a little bit scarce and pricey this season, so I'm basically spending 500 million for that. So what I essentially could do is I could have a tier 2 hopper here taking care of my cactus with a standard chest below it, because again, void chests are also quite rare this season. I've only had 2 void chests the entire season, and if I go into AH, void chests are going for, well, people are trying to sell them for $1 billion, surely not. Oh no, that's not a void chest. Surely that's why that's still on there. Tier 3 hopper 650 million, 800 million versus now 900,000 even for a tier 1. That's a little bit overpriced. I think in my shop I'm selling them for much less than that, and most people are selling them for much less than that. So the price on the AH is, you got to kind of take it with a bit of a grain of salt, because sometimes they're still on there because people won't pay the price that's on there. However, yeah, void chests, I haven't seen very many of them, so I'm guessing that they are kind of pricey. So as I was sort of saying, is that you could have, if you had this minion here, you could basically be taking care of 3 chunks of cactus without using a tiered hopper, a tier 3 hopper. You could just use tier 2 or tier 1 hopper heading into a chest, because you're not using the entire rows of these. These don't get filled up, they just need to be able to filter down into the chest. And you see in here, you can't see the cactus in here. That's just basically one of the upgrades that happened. The cactus is going in there. It's just the cactus is getting sold and processed. You're just not seeing it go into hoppers at the moment. I think that's a lag busting style thing that the server's done. So you could essentially do that. So you could have your cell minion taking care of 3 chunks of cactus without having to use a tier 3 hopper. So if you look at, I think minions are going for around about 100 million at the moment. I know I was lucky enough to pick mine up fairly cheap early on, but I think they're going for around about 100 million. They're also they're not common in the crates, but you know, they are coming through, so you may win one. Cell modules though seem to be, this is my first cell module, I don't see an awful lot of them up for sale, so I'm not sure the pricing of those either. But ultimately, if you couldn't afford the tier 3 hopper at the 650ml it is at the moment, 100ml for the minion, even if you paid 500ml for the cell module, that's still, she's going to be able to do the job of 3 T3s in 3 different chunks. So she may be worth it. She may be worth it. Now I'm assuming that I can't connect her to, that I can't connect her to one of my generators. That would seem weird because they're not actually chests. But let's just confirm that, and boom, no. So I didn't think so. That was kind of what I was expecting. But she can be linked to normal chests. Okay, well that's interesting. I mean, I don't think I would go out of my way personally to utilize her, because I don't think I mean, like, if I wanted to move my tier 3 from my cactuses over to here, then I could do that. But personally, I don't actually need that. I have, I don't even know where my other void chest is. What do I do with my other void chest? Because that's just a normal chest. Yes? Yes. Actually, I do know where my other void chest is. It's over at the shop where I've got my minions looking after the shop, going through to it. So I've got my 2 void chests. I've got all my minions going through to my void chest. So everything that they're genning and mining and everything goes into here. So it's getting automatically sold. If I wanted to make a little money, I guess I could get rid of those chests and I could hook the cell minion up to them. But I don't think it's necessary. I'm quite happy with this. Keep glitching on things. I don't think it's necessary. I think I'm quite happy with how things are working at the moment. If I was, again, getting short here and I couldn't get more tier 3s, then maybe I could put 3 chests here with tier 2 hoppers on them to try and collect the overflow, or yeah, so I could play around with it like that. I'm going to hang on to her. I'm going to hang on to the cell module just in case. I don't actually need the money in order to do anything specific at this point in time. So, but I think she's quite handy. I mean, that is essentially her taking up 3 tier 3 hoppers in 3 different chunks. I also didn't need to be in the chunk with her, because when I went over here and I linked her, so that was, you know, a couple of chunks away, she's over there and I'm here, she did sell the contents of the, oops, I don't think that was the one I did, she did sell the contents of this chest, so that's handy as well. So you don't actually need to be right near her for her to be selling in those chests, which again is kind of important. If you got her doing a job, you don't have to be constantly sitting next to her going, well, have you done it, have you done it, have you done it? So yeah, well, this ended up going a little bit longer than I planned because I rattled on a bit, but I hope that it has helped you see how you can make the cell module work if you get one, and maybe consider whether or not it is worthwhile having for you in your situation. But other than that, you have a great day.